stretching core. I don't know about you guys. I've had a lot of problems with my back this week. My back. So I'm going to do quite a lot of stretching of the back and a bit of everything, really. It'd probably be a little less core work than we've done in other classes and a little bit more of the stretching, just because I feel we may need it. But we'll get some core work in there as well, don't worry. And yeah, I don't know if you saw my message, but if anybody's got like a belt or band or anything, perfect. It'd be just to help one of the stretches later. And I'm going to start standing, so I make sure you can see me. Right. Just go back. Okay. Start the music. Right, so we're going to start in a standing pose. You can all see me. Actually, I'm going to TikTok. Hi, ready. Okay, so you want your feet almost together, a little gap between, and you're just going to take your arms, interlock them behind you, and you're going to bend those legs slightly, and then just dropping down, taking the arms up. Take the chin slightly closer to the chest. And some deep breaths here. Couple more breaths. And slowly coming up. And we're going to drop down again. So this time we're going to take chin to chest, and you're going to slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. And then when you're at the end, just let yourself hang. If you need to just have a little slight bend in the knees, that's good. And you're going to take your elbows together. No, not together. Hold your elbows. And you're just going to hang here for a little bit. So whatever feels comfortable, feel free to like swing side to side, back to front. Let your head drop down. And then what we're going to do is keeping your hands in this position, so holding onto your elbows. You're going to keep everything else the same. You're going to lift up to the side with those elbows until you come all the way around to the top, so they're above you, and then keep going down to your other side. Nice and slow. And then let your body hang again for a couple of seconds, and then we are looping around to the other side. Coming all the way up to the top and all the way down. Great. So, slowly coming up, chin to chest, one vertebrae at a time. And then we're going to take the arms up to the ceiling and just leaning back, a little lower back stretch. And you're going to, with your left hand, take hold of the right wrist. You can see that. And then bend to your left side. So you can see. It's a nice bend, whatever feels comfortable to you. And then up to the top, switching, so it's your right hand, grab your left wrist, and then going over to the right side. Great, coming back to the middle. Just both hands together and just bending back again, looking up to the ceiling. And what we're going to do is take cactus as the position here. So elbows out to the side, and you're just going to push those elbows back and just chest forward, so stretching out the back in that way. A couple more breaths here. Okay, arms down, then we're going to take the legs nice and wide, and we're going to do a few stretches here. So the first one, we're going to interlock the hands behind the back, like we did earlier, but with wide legs, and letting your hands come up and your head drop down. Good. So I'm just holding positions for a bit longer this week, just to really stretch out those muscles a bit more. And then I want you to take your hands, keep everything else in the same position, but hands go down in front of you, so they're touching the ground. If you need to have a little bend in your knees, do that. But just take note of where your weight is on your feet. So naturally when you do this, you want to lean to the back and lean to the heels. But if you lean slightly forward, using those hands to balance you, so you're in the middle part of your foot, you'll feel the stretch a little bit more down the hamstrings. Head drop down. And then, coming up, we're just going to bend the knees. So we're in a very kind of wide sumo squat position. And with one hand, you're going to, so one arm, push one of the knees out. So hand on the calf, push that knee out, and the other hand goes up to the ceiling and looking up to that higher hand. So you should feel the stretch in your back, but also in your hips as you're pushing that knee away from you. Over to the other side. Pushing the other knee away, other hand in the air and looking up again. Slowly coming up, and we're going to just drop down to our knees. So hopefully you can see this. You want to keep your toes under. Let me just move this down slightly. So you're going to keep the toes wrapped underneath. And all you do is take your right arm back to your right heel, and then you're just going to lean back with the other hand. Hopefully feeling a stretch down your back. Couple more breaths here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. I'm not very good at being yoga-y. And then changing sides. So left hand for left foot, right arm up, stretching out. Three, two, and one. Okay, standing up again. We're going to do a bit of balance work now. So this kind of core as well, because it should be your core holding you in position. So the key things I have learnt about balance, and you'll notice I'm not very good at balance, so we'll just see how this goes. You're going to laugh at me. is what I used to do is naturally when my one leg came out, the other hip would kind of push out to the side, and that's how I would kind of balance myself. But actually it's just putting a lot of pressure on this hip and you're not using your core to hold you. So just everybody kind of when you're balancing on one leg, it's instead kind of engage that core, engage the glutes, and just lift up rather than to the side. So it's feeling nice and comfortable there. You should feel those abs kind of turned on when you're doing this. Switched on, I should say. And then over to the other side. We are going to do more. It's just getting yourself thinking about your position. So you imagine there's kind of a wall either side of you, so you can't go out to the side. You've got to just tuck those abs in, engage the glutes. Okay, so what we can do is a stretch just on one side. So having one foot on the ground and the other one is going to cross over onto the other thigh, and you're going to just sit down into that stretch. And this is when you start seeing me wobble, so if it's helpful to not look at the screen and try and just find one spot to look at that's not moving, and that will be a lot more helpful than watching me wobble about. So if you want to here, you can also stretch out the arms. Let's see if I can do it. So you cross over the arms and then round again. And then sitting a little deeper off into that stretch. You can tell this is not my forte, which is why I should work on it. Few more seconds here. And then unwrap the arms, leg comes up, and we'll go to the other side. Okay, this could be my even worse side. Let's see. Okay, so take that leg across the other thigh, and we're going down. If you did so on the other side, I want you to wrap your hands again the other way. So it should be the opposite way of what you feel natural, what you did first, and a little bit lower in that seated position. Take some nice slow breaths here. Help to stabilize yourself looking at one stable point. A little bit lower for the last 10 seconds. Three, two, one. Okay, got a couple more balance exercises. So this one, I'm going to go on the left leg. Now I want you to just raise that knee, one knee, and you're going to take your hand to the inside of the knee, and then you're going to slowly take the knee to the outside. Okay, straighten the other arm, and if you're feeling stable, want to make it a bit harder, just look to the fingers of the straightened arm. I'm not going to do this because I'm wobbling. Keep it holding. And then knee back to the front, holding it up. And you're just going to take your hands up to the ceiling, round slowly down, and replace that foot on the ground. Start working. If it's one of the right areas, you may feel a bit of glute pain here. Your abs. So you want to now lift the left knee up and take the hand to the inside of the knee and out to the side. Yeah. Arm out to the other side. And if you want, you can look to the fingers of that straightened arm. What you feel comfortable with. Returning the knee back to the front. Keeping stable, and take your arms all the way to the top. all the way out to the side, and lowering that leg again. Good work, you got better balance than me. Okay, final balance one, which is a really good one for runners. Again, it's not something I'm very good at, but I try and do as much as I can because it helps with the core, stabilizing yourself. So what you want to do for this one is just lift the leg, one leg at a time, and basically you're going to go back with that leg and lower with the body, and then coming forward again and back, so you don't put your foot down at any point. And it's up to you how high you want to go with that leg. If you feel really comfortable, you can start going really high, or if you need to hold something, don't worry. I'd rather you get it right rather than wobbling all over the place, and just take hold of something as you're rising up and down. Also, another thing to keep an eye on is those hips, and making sure they keep facing forward the whole time. So you don't want to start kind of moving all the way around to get that leg back. So we're going to do 10 on each side. We've already started, so we're saying number 3. So if you think you're running, you're always on like one foot as you're changing the other foot. So it's keeping your balance and your core working in between the changes of feet. A few more. Last 2. Good work. Final one. Oh, I'm going. Okay. And then changing to the other side. Knee up. And we're going forward, leg back. 10 of these. We find hope in desperation and the strength to carry on. Well, if a smile is a smile and a tear still a tear. Taking that upper body down as well just increases the stretch. I think it's called like aeroplane or something like that. When you're down the bottom, arms back. So you're kind of going in and out of that. Few more here, almost there. Last 2. And way to go. Final one. And coming down. Great. I'm just gonna. I'm trying this new grid. I've just realised on the Google things I can see everyone. It's good. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I can't remember what this one is. Okay, I'm going to come back to that one. I forgot what it is. So we're going to go onto all fours. I'm just going to turn my screen down a little bit. Yes. Okay, so we're just going to do a nice cat-cow. So hands directly below the shoulders, and just going to lift up that middle back, chin comes towards the chest, and then chin up and arching the back. So we're just going to move in between each one. So a few more like this. Good. Okay, and then we're going to have left hand just straight down in front of your face, and then the right hand's going to loop up. So you're holding up in the air, looking up to, oh, well, it's not liking that, twisting up, but we're just going to stay there for a few breaths. And then we're going to come down and loop that arm through the space. And it's going to go flat, so we're going to have our shoulder to the ground, keeping everything else in place. Try to keep your hips facing forward. Lovely work, and just staying here. Coming up, and we're going to do the other side. So right hand directly in front of you, left hand up to the ceiling, looking up to that left hand. One more breath, and then bring it down, looping it through and leaning down on that shoulder, head to the ground as you feel comfortable, keeping the hips straight, not twisting them too much as well. Okay, coming up when you're ready. And then we're just going to lay down on the ground, and we're going to go into either half or cobra. So hands behind your shoulders and just lifting that chest up. Or if you feel that's quite easy, feel free to take it all the way up. I don't know the official name, if this is upward dog or something. I'm just going to leave it here because my back's quite tight. I'm just going to hold it here. Okay, now in case you were worried, I was going to do a class without a plank. It is coming up. We're just going to do a few minutes of a little core work. We're just going to start with, in high plank position, we're going to move the right knee to the left elbow, so coming through in the middle, and then back, other side. So the key thing here is you don't raise that bum up, as I always say. As you're coming through, you kind of come down as well. Closer to the mat with that hip as you're moving it forward. Good. We'll do 3 more each side. Two more. Final one each side. And we're going to go into a plank. Time this. Okay. We're only going to do 30 seconds, but I'm going to make it a little bit harder. Okay. So, everyone into plank on your elbows. And you're going to go up. I'll tell you what to do. So, starting with just a normal plank. So, making sure those bums are down, straight line, shoulders above the elbows. And what you're going to do is just take one leg out to the side a bit further, then the other one, and then back in. So out, in, and in. A few more like this. Last time. Okay, hold it, and then we're just going to raise the right leg just a little bit off the ground, lower, back down, and then the left leg up. Up the right, down, up the left, 2 more, right, left, and down. Relaxing without even knowing it. That was a minute. I lied. Sorry. So you're doing a minute's plank, making it harder. A little bit of kind of doing on our backs. We're just going to do what we're going to do. Okay, knees up. So in a tabletop position, but having the body up as well. So starting this position, and you're just going to go towards those toes, and then just move those toes away from you. So kind of your body's going together and out. If you're struggling, just have those feet on the ground and just do the upper body. Or have your elbows on the ground and just do the lower body. Careful of those backs, don't make them work hard. It's the abs you want to work. And then feet down, having just our elbows out, hands together. We're just going to twist side to side at the point where, so you go from the top about halfway down, your abs should be engaged, and keep going side to side. Keep those feet on the ground. Five more each side. Making sure, twisting that middle, get those obliques working. A little bit lower the back, Carolina. I can see you. Good. Last few. And down you come. Okay. How do we have time? I've gone away. Okay, last couple of minutes. We're actually going to use these belts. I forgot about them. So we're going to do this for a hamstring stretch. So want one leg either bent or straight out in front of you, depending on your flexibility. I will have mine bent. And you take the belt around your toes if you can. Yours is long enough. Yeah, great. And then you're just going to have that leg up. With this, you can just pull it a little bit closer. So you don't have to be pulling it loads. I had this really cheesy quote when I was doing yoga this morning, which is, on your mat, like in life, you should be stretching but not straining. I hate cheesy quotes, but I quite like that. So, just pulling it towards you. And you're going to do some deep breaths here. And we're just going to hold it for a little bit longer. Now, what I want you to do is for about 6 seconds, not going to be for long, you're going to push against that rope. So actually as if you're trying to get away, and you're going to hold your leg in position. After this 6 seconds, you're going to take a deep breath in, and then as you come out, you're just going to pull it slightly closer to you. So let's start just pushing away. Keep pushing for 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in, out, relax, and pull slightly closer. And push away again. 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in, out, and just a little bit closer with that leg. And then slowly relaxing it down, other side. Okay, just going to hold it in position at first. So hamstrings are often linked to any back pain as well. So if you've got tight hamstrings like I have, they're not going to help the back. So it's good to stretch these as well as any back muscles. So we're going to try the pushing away. So everybody pushing away as if you're taking your leg down, but you're keeping it in place. For 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in, out, and a little bit further closer to you. A little bit closer. Push away again. Keep pushing, don't relax. 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in, out, and closer to you. Hold it there for just another 10 seconds. And then leg down, Last little hamstring and leg stretch. You're going to have one leg out in front of you, holding onto the calves of the one, and then we're just going to be swapping. So you want to take the other leg as low as you can make it. You want to bring your belly up, your shoulders up so a little bit higher, so you're in that area where your abs are working. So we're obviously stretching the hamstring here, but working the core at the same time. A few more each leg. And put the feet up, both of them together, holding it. A little core for the final 10 seconds. Take your hands back if this is easy. 3, 2, 1. Final little stretch. We're just going to go into child's pose. So knees slightly apart. And sitting down as low as you can go, hands out in front of you. And then take those hands to the right. One on top of the other. Stretch it out that side, down your side. And then over to the left side. And then slowly coming up when you're ready. And half an hour. It's done, a few minutes over. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was amazing.
Keep stretching over the weekend. I'm going to send a weekend challenge for everyone. So I want to see videos of people doing it. It's up to you whether you do it. I'll put it on Potti Training. So if you want to do something like body working or the weekend, I will send it over and you see what you can do.
Oh, that would be amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Lizzie.
Thank you.